You don't think of your website host or your payment processor as being accessible.
At the end of the day, we are all human, and it's important to connect with everyone at a human level and know that and be able to act on that on a day-to-day basis.
Welcome to another episode of MoJo Motivation,
The official podcast of AYM High Consultants.
I'm Fahim Ojawala.
And I'm Marty Johnson.
Because everyone needs a little Mo.
And a little Joe.
We are honored and grateful to have Pranay Agrawal representing GoDaddy and specifically GoDaddy Payments and the team. We're so grateful to have him today.
I know, this is really exciting. This is a relationship that we've been building for how long? A couple years now.
Yes.
And it's all about so much like in the industry, pivoting and diversification and new technology, new ways to provide solutions. And it's going to be a really good episode, I think. So we'd like to welcome you, Pranay. And if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little background first before we get into our conversation, it would help our viewers and our listeners.
Sure. Thank you. Very excited to be here. I am a Senior Director of Product Management at GoDaddy. I work on their commerce and payments products that are aimed at helping small and medium businesses get paid online or in person and manage everything in one place. Now, my focus is on building tools that are super easy to use, flexible, but also scalable without adding operational overhead. This work is super personal to me, and I grew up in a family of small and medium business owners. And I've seen their challenges firsthand. And that's really shaped how I work on GoDaddy's mission to empower entrepreneurs everywhere and build reliable products so that they can focus on their business, not managing software.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And empowering entrepreneurs everywhere, Marty. That really speaks to me and to you.
Yeah.
Because it combines their website domain hosting with the payment processor.
Yep.
So I think that connection, that why is what we're going to drill down on.
I think so. And you know, like GoDaddy, when my first website, like eons ago, my first business, I got my domain through GoDaddy. Because at the time, that was like associated with it. It was like Kleenex to tissues, you know, like GoDaddy was where you went for your domain. I think it still is that way. But when people hear about this is GoDaddy Payments. Not a lot of people might know that it has come into that realm, which is natural. You know, like Fahim, you and I come from an industry of what was traditionally called the mail and parcel center industry. It was shipping, it was packing and shipping, and that's what you did. Maybe you had mailboxes. And now it is the mail and business center industry. And then it's coming into that we call it the mailbox, print, logistics, packing, shipping, business center. I mean, it's adding so many things, but they're all related and they're all married and they all make sense. But if we had stayed just as shipping stores, I mean, a lot of people did stay as shipping stores and they've gone out now because they haven't diversified. They haven't gone into the way that things are moving because things change and situations change, right? So that seems like what GoDaddy is doing, and they're staying on top of things. They're seeing what's next and what's needed, listening to their clients, if I'm not mistaken. And that did that give birth to GoDaddy Payments?
Exactly. Like, you know, as you said, like you start with the domain, but there's just so many more aspects of running and managing a business. And, you know, with GoDaddy, we want to help you build your website, help you build a store, but payments is an integral part of running your business. You know, you want to get paid. You want to get paid online, in person, you know, when you're talking to someone over the phone. And it was totally critical for GoDaddy to fill that gap. And with that came GoDaddy Payments and us making it even more democratized by helping everyone who purchases a domain with a payments account right out of the gate that can help them really get to running their business and start taking payments. Because what's a business without taking payments?
Right.
And it's super fast. FYI, you know, at our store, we use GoDaddy and we've been using it for almost 3 years now. Yeah. And we absolutely love it. It's our go-to platform. We have another system that we use for secure cards on file. And there occurs so many times, Pranay, that we have to email or text a link. We've got it, you know, Ryan has our website person and our vlog and our
He's also our
podcast
producer.
He's
our
everything.
go-to.
We have a Ryan. He's like the Incredible Hulk.
Everyone
we have
needs
a
a
Ryan for
Ryan.
everything.
Yeah.
So he integrated what you and your team have created onto our website. So I'm going to put the link here. If they go to pay.islandshipcenter.com, they can see how easy it is.
Yeah.
And I just did it today, where there was a gentleman, his mailboxes had expired, his card had expired. And he's like, please go ahead and renew it. I said, I don't have card details, it expired. Please use this link.
Yeah.
Please use this invoice number,
Yeah.
and please pay online.
Yeah.
Once it comes through, it's ready. It's not due till February 1st.
Yeah.
It's beautiful that you get paid online. It's secure. It's trackable. And I love the fact that it is seamless and fast. Speed is huge with GoDaddy.
Yeah, absolutely. We come from, we're Gen X right here. I know you're probably quite a bit younger, Pranay. You're probably a millennial, I'm gonna guess. Yep. But you and I, we come from the generation where when we first started using cards, we would crunch them. And then when we got our own businesses, we would take a card on file, right? Like to make it easy for our guests and our clients. So having a card on file to bill their mailbox, bill the print order, whatever it is great. But I shouldn't speak for all of us, but I have been known to, you have a credit card form, you write it down, the number, the expiration date, and then you realize that that's not cool, that's not compliant. And then you start getting softwares, and some of the earlier point of sale softwares, they didn't store card numbers or anything like that, but then they would start securely storing. Anyway, the evolution of this thing to take a secure payment to where it is now, where you can securely store a card number and you can make it seamless. Our industry is all about convenience, and it's all about making it so easy that the person wants to come back again and again, right? And being able to securely store that card number is one thing, but this new pay link that we have through GoDaddy I try to stay away from the term game changer because I feel like it's way overused. So oftentimes on our Zoom calls and with our clients and things like that, I'm like, try to pedal back from the word game changer, but this truly is. So it used to be when you had to get someone to pay for something, you'd call them, you'd take their number over the phone, you'd key it in to the keypad, then you're putting yourself at a risk for a chargeback. You're also, it's a higher processing fee a lot of times with different processors, but this pay link, you can just send them a link and they can pay right there and it's seamless. And I think that I know you tested that with GoDaddy. You were one of the first people that tested in this industry.
And I've seen the iterations. Yeah. I've seen it in the past, 24 to 36 months. I've seen, Pranay, your team firsthand improve, and Ryan's seen it too with our website. And the fact that it integrates so seamlessly with WordPress and other sites, it really is. I was able to sell it for you, for so many people, for our clients.
Well, the thing is, we weren't even selling it. We were just like, for our clients, we try our best to find the best solutions, right? Like we try to get them to soar. We try to get them to save time, to spend a lot less time on things that will make them more money. Yeah. And that will have more money right there, effective time management. And this is just a no-brainer tool with that. Yeah.
Can you talk about a little bit more about how the system has evolved in 36 months, and also how more and more people are slowly recognizing it as a player in the merchant space?
Yeah, over the last 36 months, I have seen this product really change its shape. It started from a very simple idea during COVID, where merchants were struggling, who were running in-person businesses, and they needed to get paid because now suddenly people can't come in store and swipe on a POS terminal. And just looking at the act of getting paid, setting up an online website, going through cumbersome integrations, that was something that's not very easy or accessible for everyone. Yeah. So that's where we thought, what if we can make it super simple? You've got a domain, we'll just give you a pay.domain.com link. And on that, you could take any kind of payment. You could let your customer enter an amount because, you're talking to them over the phone already, right? Or you could fix an amount and send it to them. And let's make that scalable by just allowing you to create as many links as you want. Now, that's where the idea really started from. And then as we evolve, our goal is to make it easy. So you need a note, let's help you take a note. You want to collect an address, let's add some of those capabilities. So we've slowly added out a lot of nuances to that act of collecting a payment, while ensuring you can track it, you can get notified, you can share it on whichever channel you want. You want to send it to one customer or many, all of those options exist. Yeah. And you can do all of this without having a lot of the risk of storing a card on file and manually putting in your information. And it's also cheaper for you to be able to do that because card on file transactions are more expensive. And we do this while ensuring the brand is maintaining credibility because you're using your domain. You've got your logo on it. You've got your information on it. So it's personal to the business. It's not just a random payment link from a third party system, which somebody else can spoof and, scam your customers. Businesses are spending enough time, selling the items and building relationships with customers. That last mile of a payment needed to become easier and easier. And today you can create a payment link in less than 1.5 minutes, customize it with whatever you want, and have it in your customer's hand. That's about making it super quick and helping solve that need that you talked about.
I love it.
I love it. We are a problem-solving industry, and so that this appeals to us. And some people might ask, like, why on a motivational podcast are you having a pay link? It's inspiring to us because of the innovation, because of the pivot, because of the things. And it's, our job is to have solutions not only for our clients in our businesses, but for our consulting clients who are other business owners in our space. And it's really exciting to see innovation like this, I think. Yeah.
Since we are empowering entrepreneurs everywhere, and this comes from BNI and other networking organizations, the 6 main points that entrepreneurs face, as outlined by the Business Networking International, is financial struggles, finding quality clients, effective time management, building a strong team, marketing/visibility, and the isolation and loneliness of leadership. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of those things, Pranay, and how GoDaddy can assist with effective time management, right? How you've built a strong team, how some of the financial struggles that entrepreneurs face, you can talk about a new product that you have in the capital space. So please take it away.
I'll get started with effective time management. And I think one of the cornerstones of effective time management is making the time for what you really need to be able to do and getting away from the mundane that is a time sink and is super repetitive. And that's one of the core philosophies that we embody in every aspect of our product, be it creating a pay link, sending an invoice, taking an in-person transaction. We want to make sure our products are super easy to set up. Very recently, we even ventured into helping people use AI to generate websites. All of this is geared towards time management, right? The less time you spend in managing your operating tools, the more time you have as a business to focus on what you do best, build your products, market your products, build the relationships. Even coming to financial struggles, there's the aspect as a business owner, really understanding your cash flows and really understanding what's happening in your business. So we make it an extremely important point to ensure we give merchants full transparency into their money movements in understanding what expenses they're doing, their refunds, their chargebacks. Giving a clear picture to understand their cash flow story helps them manage their working capital better. And that's where we even ventured into GoDaddy Capital, giving merchants working capital cash advances, says that they don't need to worry about where they're going to get some financing. As a merchant, you're doing business with us. We know you're transacting and we know that you're selling. Let's use that information to help you get access to working capital. And that's what we do with GoDaddy Capital.
Yeah. I didn't even know about that. That was a surprise to me. You must have had that under your FE. That's great. That's really cool. That's wow.
Yeah. And it's a great product because it competes with some of the shady products that are out there, that those payday disgusting loans. Yeah. They empathize and collaborate with the business owner. Yeah. And they take a percentage of the actual sale. It's not a fixed payment. So they come up with a percentage based on your usage, on your history.
Much more manageable.
It's much more manageable. And everything is transparent in the dashboard. The other thing that's seamless is everything now is integrated, correct me if I'm wrong, Pranay, into the GoDaddy dashboard. So one GoDaddy.com account, if you are a capital customer, it'll go in there. If you are a commerce customer, it'll go in there. Everything integrates into your GoDaddy account, which then How important is it to keep changing your passwords and having a two-step verification and three-step verification?
For
Can
anything,
you talk about that?
Not just your GoDaddy account, but any account you have.
But people get to them and they're like, well, why do you keep on asking me for this code?
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about that.
Security, like financial, like not even online security. You just, please, Pranay.
Yeah, I mean, security is an extremely important part of every aspect of the products we build. And as a business owner, you're trusting us with your financial information, your bank account information, and we are collecting payments on your behalf. And it's up to us to ensure that we have the right barriers to entry so that you are not at risk. And this goes back to the philosophy of letting you focus on your business so that we help you with the technology aspects, be it keeping it secure, making sure that you are protected. You know that GoDaddy has your back there, and you don't need to worry about that.
How do you differentiate yourself with others in this industry? That shall remain nameless. You have a lot of competition in this industry. How do you differentiate yourself? I mean, I have an answer as a user, but I want to know, what when you get these questions, because I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I think that's going back to your business as a island shipping center, right? You're doing so many different kinds of things. Being able to do all of those different things in one platform with the flexibility, whether it is selling a service, whether it is selling a specific physical good, we want you to be able to do all of that in one place and tie it in. As a business owner, you don't necessarily want to get into managing software tools and then putting it all together. That ability to tie it in together and give you that one clear picture and let you convert your thoughts into your business reality. That's the place where if we can lower the technology barrier, we know we have created the right products.
Yeah. We often tell our clients, our goal with a lot of them is to give them shortcuts to success so that they have more time to work on their business instead of working in their business. And we have both been there, and Seema has been there for years, for decades of working in the business, getting so caught up in the day-to-day, in the administrative things, in the simply waiting on guests and clients, that you lose sight of the business plan. You lose sight of the marketing efforts that you should do, of the outreach, of the relationships, of the community participation. It's so easy to lose sight of. But when there comes along a solution like this that just takes a lot of that administrative and time away, it's something that we can't help but share, because it's so important.
I think so. I think it's essential that people know about it. It's also essential that people use it and take it from the people that are using it. Yeah. So, and also there's no monthly fees, right? You don't have on your, once you have the thing, it's basically pay as you go, correct?
All of our products are free to use to get started, and payments are definitely something the way you pay as you go, as you transact. We do have higher tier SaaS plans, which give you access to more capabilities. But as a business, the basic of what you need, that's available right there for you, free of cost and with no entry barrier.
That's wonderful.
That's huge. Yeah. Not having a barrier to entry is amazing. So it's still early on in 2026, and this episode is probably going to air sometime in the first quarter of 2026, and we still want to talk about our 4 mantra words. I talked about it in the earlier episodes about opportunity, generosity, authenticity, and gratitude. And for me, I'm going through a personal struggle with my mother's health and declining health, and so I'm constantly vigilant and trying to be in her care. And it's difficult, and it's sometimes it seems like it's an obstacle to my other things, but I've recognized it, and I'm sure Pranay and everyone listening can recognize that I look at it as an opportunity for me to soar. It's a stepping stone to my success. My mother has been my father for 27 years since I lost my dad, and so it's been a great trajectory having her in my life. But as she's aging and getting weaker, it's hard for me So to concentrate on so much stuff that you and I have going on, Marty, and then take care of my mother, it's character building.
And let me just tell you, Pranay, and anyone watching or listening, anyone watching this episode might have seen a little bit of, I don't know, we've got the best producer in the world, so he's probably made it seamless, but we paused in the middle of this conversation just a few minutes ago because Fahim got an emergency call from his mom. And we knew it was an emergency call because it's a separate ringtone, it's a whole thing. And, this weekend, and I love Fahim's mom, she's like a mother to me as well. And which was a huge honor when she told me I could call her mom. But we've been planning this weekend effectively for 2 years. We've been planning this podcast, but this weekend we've been planning for a long time. We had guests lined up. We're recording our whole first season in 1 3-day span. And your attention is fully here. But one thing that I love and respect about you so much is that you are not even though you've brought in reinforcements from your family this weekend, an aunt and an uncle, everybody is here, your children, like whatever, your mom still needs you because you are her number one. And you have had to interrupt some of these long made plans that we've made. We've even cut it a day short because that is number one priority. Family comes first. And that speaks to your character, but it also speaks to your professionalism and how you've been able to marry those two things and still go forward with our recording weekend. So just so our listeners know, it's the best laid plans. Sometimes life happens in the middle of them. A lot of times life happens. We've all been there. Yeah.
And I think owning up to it, right? Like, we can all share stories about this and, how Sherry talked about it. Basically, that talk got her about losing her mother recently. And I didn't want to say that
in episode 1,
but I knew that,
Yeah.
And it's just, it's important. So for me, that opportunity is this, like any obstacle can turn into an opportunity based on mindset and how you look at it. Of the 4 words, is there something that tugs at your heartstrings?
And those 4 words again were opportunity, generosity, authenticity, and gratitude.
I would say authenticity and gratitude are some of the ones that really resonate with me. And I think even when we think about how we operate here at GoDaddy, that's both part of our internal work culture, but it's also part of how we want to engage with our customers and our businesses. Being able to provide them the best kind of support, being available to them, and understanding their problems, and having someone you can actually talk to share that problem. That's one of the big ways we differentiate in building those authentic customer relationships that you have access to, and you can bring a lot more of your challenges to the table.
It is unexpected. You don't think of your website host or your payment processor as being accessible, and so like someone to have a real conversation with, someone that cares about how you're doing genuinely. Anything but it's like right? It's like if think about the most transactional industry, you're gonna think of payment processor, like literally is a transactional, but it's not. Like GoDaddy is flipping the switch on that, and that's how we built our businesses. We took something that was so transactional, shipping, right? That's where we started. Shipping is just like, you think about like back in the day, you'd go to the UPS counter or something like that. And it wasn't, or the post office. And I'm not saying that it's always a bad experience, but stereotypically it's just not something that you would really look forward to doing. And your theme at your tagline at Island Ship Center is making the mundane extraordinary. Like taking this blah thing that you don't think you're going to enjoy at all and making it like an experience that's shock and awe, that just makes you say, whoa, what just happened? I enjoyed shipping a package. I'm going to go tell all my friends, like creating an advocate out of someone who had no idea when they walked into your business that they would be leaving there saying, what an experience I had. What a great thing. And I feel like this is like what you're doing with the most mundane, boring industry, if you don't mind me saying that, of like credit card transactions, like processing payments. It just doesn't sound exciting, but you're making it something we want to talk about as like in the first season of our inaugural motivation podcast. That's ridiculous.
It's awesome. And
it's awesome.
And gratitude to you all and to your team. And I'm going to do a little bit of a shout out.
Okay.
And we're going to hope that the powers that be at GoDaddy will recognize these people because they have truly been fantastic. Shout out to Hari. I'm going to probably butcher his name, but Vasupuram. And he was the one who really helped me get the approval for GoDaddy to be on this website. So he's listening on the call right now. So thank you so much. I believe he is in, a city near Cape Cod, but that's where he's based, if I remember correctly. But he's awesome. His team is awesome. And I think, Pranay, do you work together on that team? Are you together?
Yeah, we work very closely together.
Okay. Yeah. So, and Pranay is normally in California. He took this call while he's you're on vacation in India right now?
I'm on work, but yes, in India
work,
right
but
now.
He's in India,
Right,
and it's quite late, just so you know. Right?
And, it's what time are we recording? It's like 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m. here,
Eastern,
East Coast.
Right. So it's like 1 in the morning in India. What time is it right now?
It's around 3:35 right now.
Oh my gosh!
And you look fresh as a daisy.
You really do.
Did you stay up or did you?
My goodness, I know. Did you Are you? We're going out for chai soon.
We're going out for chai right after.
We're going out for chai and butter chicken and naan after this. Just so you know. And Justin DeSanzo, he's my guy. He's the one who started it all.
Yeah.
And he is absolutely phenomenal. I was traveling. And I was in the mountains of Pennsylvania, and I lost contact, and I was overcharged, or I bought a domain, and I couldn't get a refund on a domain. He went to town for me. I stopped off at a rest area. I got signal, and then he explained to me why the .ai domains. By the way, if you're listening to this, correct me if I'm wrong, the .ai domains are non-refundable, folks. Just so you know, let me tell you, any other domains, okay, because they're really coveted. I found this out the hard way, but Justin helped me navigate that. He's absolutely awesome. Your entire team is awesome. They're responsive, responsible, respectful, reliable. The 4 R's. Mm-hmm. They're full of grit, gratitude, generosity, grace, empathy, collaboration. I'm really, really, really honored and grateful to know you all. And I forgot the name of the young lady who was emailing back and forth about information for the GoDaddy Capital. Shout out to her too, and we'll email that as well. But yeah, your entire team, how important is it to have a proper team that you can rely on? You want to talk about that? Because team building is one of the people do or die because of a team,
Yeah.
So talk about that, Pranay. How amazing is your team and how important is it?
I think our team is extremely amazing, as you called out, a couple of folks, and I think the lady you were mentioning is Shelby. Everyone puts in their all. I think it's the vision that's helping businesses that really excites us. And, GoDaddy has a very great work culture, which enables us to focus on the right problems and really talk about everything internally. That gives us the time and space to actually focus on building that authentic relationship. And when it comes to building a great team, I think it goes back to hiring the right folks with the buy-in on the problem that you want to solve, right? And the right skills to be able to support that. And at the end of the day, we are all human, and it's important to connect with everyone at a human level and know that and be able to act on that on a day-to-day basis.
It's important to connect on the human level. I love that.
Recognizing someone else's humanity. And that's everything. Whether it's a colleague, whether it's a client, and I'm not going to say I've not been guilty of dehumanizing someone. Especially, it's very easy to do over the phone when you're having some sort of issue with phone support, and you're just, it's so easy just to be unkind. And I think kindness is something that is more natural for some people than others, but it is something we can all achieve. And I think a way to achieve that, like on one of the last episodes, we were talking about joy and finding joy through gratitude, and then the importance of dwelling on that versus dwelling on the negative. It's really what you focus on. And I've kind of lost track of my thoughts here, but I was just talking about, it's understanding that your words are going to matter. I keep moving this table. Your words are going to matter to someone, whether they're positive or negative. So why not make it positive?
Any final words or thoughts as we end the episode? Thank you again for being here. Thank you for your time, your diligence, and your honesty. We really appreciate it.
It's been great chatting with you all, and I'm super excited about everyone who would hear this podcast and learn about our products. And I think, as a philosophy, would always be open to reaching out to anyone and talking to them about what they really want to do in their business, because that's what we're here for. Helping solve your business needs and helping everyone do their day-to-day. We enjoy the mundane and we take delight out of that. And that's, just who we are and what we are here to solve for.
Fantastic. And in people wanting to contact directly, like the merchants department, payment processing, or capital, are they just going to be easily directed if they contact GoDaddy directly to the main number? What's the best way of getting in touch? Is there a proper email that goes to your department? Is that something that you'd like for us to share?
And we'll put it in our show notes for this episode.
Our care team is one of the most approachable teams. Even if you go to our chatbot or you reach out to us on email, it will find its way to the right stakeholder. Okay. And it's not going to take months or days. It happens in a matter of a couple of hours. And we are here to support in any way that's needed.
Okay. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And hopefully you'll get some rest today.
Thank you so much. It's nice to meet you, Pranay. Right. We hadn't met before, so I'm very glad to meet you this time. And yeah, it's great. Awesome.
All right.
See you next episode. MoJo Motivation is the official podcast of AYM High Consultants. Your co-hosts are Fahim Mojawala and Marty Johnson. Special thanks to Seema Mojawala and our producer, Ryan McCarthy. Learn more at mojomotivation.com or aimhigh.com. That's AYMHIGH.com.